Hello and welcome to Tech2Rama, the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. This is a pre-show. We're about to record the audio podcast in a moment. Just checking audio levels, making sure everything is all right on all ends before we begin. How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm tired. I don't know why. I am tired. And my glasses are dirty. I need to clean
Did you
them.
not get quality sleep? Do you track your sleep at night?
I get quality sleep, but I also have a cat. And I never notice how dirty my glasses are until these lights go on.
Wait, what's the cat doing to keep you up?
Comes around at about 4:30 in the morning. Meow, meow.
Yeah.
We have the door closed, but and they starts picking at the door.
See, my cats are trained. They all sleep on Kim's side, not my side.
Oh, mine's not even allowed in the bedroom.
Because if one gets on the sheet, I don't like being anchored down. Not that I don't kick the cats, but I will.
You have two dogs. They don't anchor you down?
The dogs? They don't sleep in the bed. No, they don't sleep in the bed.
Oh, a lot of people who have dogs have that.
I mean, they'll get in the bed. Well, one of them will. I think that time has passed for Juno. She's getting a little older and didn't want to get up there all the time.
Are you ready to begin the audio podcast?
Sure.
Hello, dear viewer that's out there. We're going to, if you want, make a comment in the room. I suspect it's Mike. Mike's a loyal chat room person.
Yeah.
But if it's not Mike, we're just going to call you Mike.
That's right.
All right. Episode 807. Whew. June is flying by. No show next week. We'll be on an Alaska trip. And then the 28th, are you around? Or are you
No, I'll be hanging. I'll be rubbing elbows with Sweet Steve.
Okay.
In Sweden.
And hopefully we'll get something in July.
Yeah, we'll get back in July.
Eventually, we're going to be gone so much, there just won't be a podcast left. It's just like
it'll be an event. It'll be more of an event.
Right. And we're supposed to figure out how we're going to get people to pay a monthly subscription for a show we're not doing monthly. Yeah. Okay. Let's begin. I'm going to hit the audio recording in 3, 2, 1. Tech2Rama, episode 807. All we are is just another glitch in the matrix. I would have sung it, but Pink Floyd would come after us.
Yeah. No. We
Hey, welcome to Tech2Rama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. We appreciate you giving us your time. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you. My name is Chuck Tomasi, and right over there is Craig Stepp. How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing well.
Good.
How you doing?
All right. It's been a long week, but none the worse for the wear.
Is it hot in Phoenix yet?
It is hot in Phoenix yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Hot being, well, if you measure it in Celsius, we're about at 40.
I don't measure in Celsius. I don't recognize Celsius.
That's about 105.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
You're using those Imperial Freedom units, what do they call them?
Just Imperial Freedom units.
That's how we measure things.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I spent some time in Europe, and I'm going to start sticking to the metric system. It makes more sense. The one thing I have a hard time is converting to meters right away. And I say, oh, that's about 500 feet away. Going, oh, what is that in meters? Divide by 3. I can't do it that fast. I can do the other way around. If they say it's 100 meters, you go, oh, that's like 330 or 350 feet.
Is that meters or metries? Meters, or however you spell it.
What are you, French all of a sudden?
That's right.
That only works with theatre and color.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got some feedback this week. Shall we get into the feedback?
Yes, let's do that. Let's move along.
And we got people in the chat.
Yeah.
Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
We have an email.
Yes.
Fairly recent listener. Apologies. we
First
should have
off,
had this last
before
week.
you read it,
Yes,
I do want to apologize to Carter, the guy that wrote this email, because
that's what I was saying. We should have had this last week.
Yeah, we should have had it before. I'm sorry, because of our travels and stuff. It kind of went under the radar and we missed it. Sorry about that.
Got slipped in with the junk mail, those coupons from the grocery store, that kind of stuff. But
Right.
we got you. Thanks, Craig, for finding this, because I went for a search even after you told me I couldn't find it.
Really?
Very strange.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's read it out. It says, "Hi, I wrote an email to you guys about 3 weeks ago, and I don't know if you received it or ignored it." We explained that already. If you did not receive it, here it is, copy attached. "Dear Craig and Chuck, my name is Carter, and I'm 13 years old, living in Queensland, Australia. Woohoo!
Yay.
I have been listening to Technorama for about a month now, and I really enjoy it." Well, thank you very much. "I discovered it through a friend of mine from church." That's an interesting connection that I'd love to hear more about. How
Yeah.
did he hear about it, or she hear about it? "I've also been listening to your previous podcast while waiting for new episodes to come out, and I think I'm on episode 794. Nothing is better after a long day of school than listening to you guys ramble on about nonsense."
Wow.
That's a pretty good summation of our show.
That's
Rambling on
some high
about-
praise right there, man. I appreciate that.
I think we've got next year's t-shirt idea coming. Although I'm still like two old nerds saying words.
Yeah, a quote from Carter on our shirt.
Two guys ramble on about nonsense.
Yeah.
"I wish I could replay the weekly questions, but my parents won't allow me to use Discord or Facebook,
All right.
or a phone for that matter. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Therefore, weekly, I have to download each episode onto my MP3 player. Before I leave you guys to continue on with the show, I have two more things for you. For my birthday, my parents got me an Arduino kit, and I was looking to get some ideas on what contraption I could build." I like that. What contraption?
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. So that's part one. "And finally, I have two recommendations for your Pass Me the Remote section on the podcast.
All right.
Two TV shows that I've really enjoyed, and I think you both will too. The first is Alex Rider, which is on Stan, and Lost in Space on Netflix. I would advise looking into these, as they're both very enjoyable. Thanks for listening to me, or reading you, or you're listening to us, read you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to us.
Sincerely, Carter." I have a problem with being mentioned on the show. Oh, I have no problem being mentioned on the. Oh, that would have been awkward. Oops.
Oops. All right.
All right. First, about the Arduino. Lots of ideas. I would suggest just doing a search on Arduino projects. There's a lot of fun things. You could do anything from, a little binary clock, to, a door alarm, to anything where you want a sensor of any type, whether it's a temperature sensor or a touch sensor or an RFID reader. There's a lot of things you can attach to these things, and a lot of the fun of those controllers comes in the peripherals that you attach to them.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of mine off of AliExpress. It's cheap. Well, I don't know if it's cheap anymore with all the tariffs that we have to pay for it now, but
Yeah.
and it would take a little longer to get things. So if something was like $5 on Amazon, I could get it for maybe $1.50 on AliExpress, but I wait 2 to 3 weeks to get it instead of having it overnight. So there's that game that you play. Some things that I've made out of Arduinos. I mentioned the binary clock. I still have that running. And as you can start it out fairly simple. There's keypads. If you got a whole kit, like, the one that I got you, Craig,
Yeah.
there's like a membrane keypad. There's different sensors.
Motion sensors, I think, was in there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that was in there.
Push buttons. It's hard to think in terms of those atomic concepts. But start watching some videos. You'll get ideas and go, "Hey, that looks like fun." Or check out the if you're on your computer, the Reddit subgroup for Arduino projects.
Ooh,
There's
yeah.
that could spur some ideas as well. See
Just
if
make
any
sure
of
that your parents are aware that you're going on a Reddit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And,
Yeah.
and as far as the shows, I don't have Stan. I don't know what that is. I suspect it's like
It's a
Tubi
streaming
or
service. It's a streaming
okay.
service in Australia.
So we don't have that, and I believe we both watched the new Lost in Space on Netflix.
Yes. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty
I
good.
did too. It did
Mhm.
not go where I thought. First of all, I didn't expect the robot to be evil at first, going, "Ooh, that's nasty," and then how Will kind of tamed him. But I don't want to give any spoiler alerts for anybody who hasn't watched it yet. But good storyline along the robot and on the family and how they got into all these predicaments and how they
Hey,
got up. These
I'll
predicaments.
tell you something. Why don't you try watching the old Lost in Space?
Warning, warning,
Yeah.
danger.
The first season or so was good, and then kind of got a little
Oh,
weird at the end.
yeah,
But
with
it was
dancing
fun.
carrots and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
it was still fun.
Oh, the pain, the pain.
Yeah. So there.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the way, if you want to participate, Carter, in the question of the week, you're always welcome to email us.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
won't ignore it.
Nope. We'll put it in the feedback. We'd love to hear more from
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Carter. 13 years old. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to our question of the week for this week, or episode 807. Over on Discord, we asked, what is the funniest and most creative way you've ever messed with an automated system or spam bot or overly persistent telemarketer, et cetera, et cetera? And Humanoid writes back, maybe not very creative, but a long time ago, our local cable company deployed the VideoWay system, which provided some interactivity, but one way only, as it could only receive information, not send it. It offered movies rental by providing a 4-digit PIN
Mhm.
that you entered into the device. There was no limit to how many tries you had to enter the correct PIN, and you could order hours in advance. I bet you can figure out how I was able to get free rentals. I've heard of similar systems like that.
Hacker.
Real early streaming systems that didn't quite catch on. I can't remember what the name of the one that I was just watching a video on it a few days ago, but I can't remember.
Streaming service.
It was like an early streaming service
Mm-hmm.
through like high-speed telephone lines and whatnot. All right. Sweet Steve says telemarketers usually just hang up. Hi, I'm calling from click.
Yeah.
They don't even ask where they're calling.
I don't
from anymore.
answer them. I don't answer those stupid calls.
No, and I've I think I mentioned this, but one of the reasons I was looking forward to seeing One UI 8.5 on my Samsung device is so I could
Yeah.
block stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Took a little digging to figure out how to say, how do I send unknown callers directly to voicemail? Because previously you would have to turn on do not disturb and then put in exceptions.
Yes. Right.
And like, I'm not going through my whole bloody dictionary every morning, and that wouldn't silence them at night, because I don't need a text or a call from Craig at 3 a.m. So
Maybe. When we're Dragon Con, you might.
if your house is on fire, I'm too far away.
Yeah.
Well, I'll add you back to my favorites when we're in Dragon Con, because then favorites get through. But there was really no clean way to do that. So 8.5 gives you a way, but you still have to do a little digging around. I asked Gemini, and I said, it gave me some options. I said, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Oh, did you try downloading the Google phone app? No, that's not going to work. Oh, did you try downloading the Verizon phone app? No, that's not going to work.
No.
So back to the default Samsung app that's on the phone. And it eventually did work. It was nice because I had far fewer calls. And texts.
Oh, yeah.
And texts, because the texts are just, they still think I live in Wisconsin because I have a Wisconsin area code. And they're going,
Oh, sure.
would you like to vote for the Democratic House of Representatives? No, stop, please.
Yeah.
Somehow a few of them are still getting through. But let's continue on. Steve says, but I do take pride in wasting scam callers' time. I pick up the call. They start with, I think, Microsoft support, blah, blah, blah. I answered, please hold, every 2 minutes or so. And they lasted for 16 minutes before I got a F you, and they hung up. Ooh, that's fun. Hold on just a moment. I'll be right with you. Put
Right.
them on hold. On another note, we had this governmental switchboard that after 5:30 p.m. was unmanned, but you could request a landline from it with a 4-digit code, perfect for the computer geek.
Mm-hmm.
The call to the switchboard was local, and the requested line was open to call wherever you wanted in the world at no cost. Ooh, this sounds like the days when long distance costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
They switched the code every week, but with a dial-up modem and an AirX script, and the new code was broken within minutes.
Right.
Yeah. I even had it scheduled so the modern dial-up script cracked the code automatically. Oh, you were cracking it. Usually I would hear about that through my friends like the next day. Here's the latest code for
Right.
something like that. We keep this a deep secret within the friend group. Oops, it's now out on the podcast.
I'll say, not now.
What happens on Technorama goes to about 15 people. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, it's still private.
Z Fritz says, inspired by James Veach, he puts in a YouTube video. Whenever I get marketing or spam messages on WhatsApp, I simply answer in perfectly passive aggressive manner 100. Next message. Answer is 99. One spammer was curious enough to send enough messages to get down to 0. Of course, I simply continued afterwards with -1, -2, and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to watch that video. If you're interested, you can follow the thread about that in our question of the week channel for after episode 807. We'll have
Yeah.
another one for next week real soon. Flipping over to Facebook, we do have one answer from John Kratzer. He said,
Yep.
loved messing with the Microsoft support calls. They asked if I have a Dell. I state which one I have. And then 3, they usually hang up after about 20 minutes.
Right.
20 minutes. How'd you keep them on the line for 20 minutes?
I don't know.
All right, that's our question of the week. Question of the week for this time. We'll have another question for you at the end. If you do have an answer, if you didn't quite make it in time for 807, well, that's fine too. You can always go, hey, that reminds me of, send an email or a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you run across our old questions a week and you still have an answer or something, feel free to throw it in there. It doesn't matter.
Right. What app would you load on the Enterprise's computer? How about a password app?
ExpressVPN on the Enterprise. So those Klingons won't read our encrypted messages.
Right. PGP.
Right.
Put that on the database and smoke it. All right, that's the end of the feedback. We're going to get into the history.
Another letter from our listeners. Day.
Monkey's on the keyboard right there. Where's the music? There's the music. Where's the fader? There's the fader. On this day in history for June 17th, 2026, it's the 168th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 197. We're almost at the halfway point. In 2015, who typed that?
You did.
I might have done a bad copy paste here. Let's hope
Your
any of this is
LLM needs to
right.
be updated.
June 17th. Okay, we're about in the right place. I don't know what happened here. I'll have to look on the calendar. It was on this date in 1579 that Sir Francis Drake claims a land he calls. This isn't the right. I must have copy pasted the wrong stuff. You know what? I'm going to the calendar because I know I put the right stuff there. 17.
Sure?
Where's my 2026? It's not on the right date. Ding dang diddly yang. All right.
Don't you love
well,
it when we're fixing the show in the show?
No, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
We'll pretend this is right. 419 years ago, because I remember you hate it when it's all present tense. Like Sir Francis Drake claims. I changed those manually. Changed claimed
Oh.
to claimed.
It
All right,
says it's
anyway.
not right.
A land, don't change it now. A land he calls Nova Albion, which is now modern California. He claimed it for England.
419 years ago today, the Dutch explorer William Barentz discovers the Arctic archipelago of Spitsbergen.
That was a tough one for you. So was Archipelago.
Yeah.
Today in 1631, Mumat Mal dies during childbirth. Her husband, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan I, will spend the next 17 years building her mausoleum known as the Taj Mahal.
Yeah. Also today in 1673, French explorers Jacques Marquette and Louis Jollet,
Joliet.
like the prison, reached the Mississippi River and became the first Europeans to make a detailed account of its course.
This very wide river is very squiggly. That's my detailed account.
Yeah. Pew.
It was 242 years ago today that Cucuta, Colombia, is discovered by Juana Rangel de Cuellar.
And it was 176 years ago today in the Kingdom of Hawaii. Kamehameha.
Wow.
The third.
No, Kyle is going to rake you over the coals.
He might.
Kamehameha.
Oh, Kamehameha.
And that's the American pronunciation. That's all right. The third.
The third issues the Edict of Toleration, which gives Roman Catholics the freedom of worship in the Hawaiian Islands. The Hawaiian Catholic Church and the Cathedral of Our Lady of Peace are established as a result.
June 17th, 1885, the Statue of Liberty arrives in New York Harbor.
And the last
They
public,
had to check our passport.
yeah, right. The last public guillotine in France, Eugene Weidmann, a convicted murderer, is guillotined in Versailles outside the Saint Pierre prison 76 years ago today.
We apologize to all our French-speaking people for that. Also today, 1940, the three Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania fall under the occupation of Soviet Union. You are now our countries.
And it was 71 years ago today that Iceland declares independence from Denmark and becomes a republic.
Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
Yeah, I will fart in your general direction.
52 years ago, the United States Supreme Court rules 8-1 in Abington School District versus Schempp against requiring the reciting of Bible verses and the Lord's Prayer in public schools.
Man, the Three Stooges really fell apart.
Did Schempp win?
Yeah.
Or the school district?
Also today in 1976, the People's Republic of China announces a successful test of its first thermonuclear weapon.
Yikes. STS-51G Space Shuttle Discovery launches carrying Sultan bin Salman bin. He's got two bins in there. Is he a user bin or is he a slash bin?
Slash bin.
Abdulaziz Al Saud, the first Arab and Muslim in space, as a payload specialist for this date in 1985. I'll bet he put things in bins.
Yeah. And it was 21 years ago today that following a televised low-speed highway chase, I remember watching that, O.J. Simpson is arrested for the murders of his wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman.
Happy birthday goes out of the state to French astronomer and cartographer César Francois Cassini de Thury, born on the state in 1714. Yes, that Cassini.
And also born on that date in 1800, the third Earl of Rosse and Anglo-Irish astronomer William Parsons.
Slash. Just,
I know.
just
It's
like,
like
whatever
slash.
slash character.
He goes with the bin.
He just goes by the nickname Slash.
Right.
An inventor who receives far less credit than is due, Ruth Graves Wakefield, would have been 112. She's credited for creating the chocolate chip cookie.
Wow. That's amazing. Armenian chess player Tigran Petrosyan was born on June 17th, 1929.
We used up all our music. We're going to keep going, though.
Yeah.
American engineer and aircraft innovators Burt Rutan turned 72. Well, if this was 2015, he'd now be 11 years older, 83.
And last but not least, our lovable Roy from Doctor Who, actor Arthur Darvill, is 33.
Well, he's older than that now. 44 now.
Oh,
Remember, this is the one from 2015 that I
was saying, wait a minute, you cut and pasted the wrong. Yeah.
I don't know where the other one went. I put it in the calendar and then it was gone. Listener birthdays this week include Digital Dan from The Hook Show. No, Digital Dan from, Digital Dan. That was name was Digital Dan Hook. Anyway, Luke Platypus on the 18th, along with Zion Fox from Appleton. The 19th is Steven. 21st, we have ASCII Adam from The Hook Show. Is The Hook Show still around? If so, they have a couple birthdays coming up this week. 22nd is Lance Heath, Jack Stevens, and Chris Martinez. Chris Martinez, that Chris Martinez, the one we shout out every week? Yes, that Chris Martinez. That's the way it was on this history, more or less, for June 17, 2015 or 2026. You make up your mind which one it was. If you want to get on the birthday calendar, though, we'd love to give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year. Craig's going to put that up as soon as he's done looking for the Hook Show on.
You don't know what I was doing.
Yes, I do. I saw you highlight the word.
Are you looking at my Google history in real
All
time?
your screen are belong to us.
Yeah.
Chuckchat.com/birthdays is where you go for that. He got caught.
I didn't get caught.
Let's
You,
go.
you asked, it was still around. So
Yeah, you don't have to find it now. Pay attention to the show.
why not?
Wait, I missed it.
News and weather,
There
everyone.
we are. NASA's Webb detects methane on interstellar comet. Not the methane you would think. From an article in, where is it? There we go. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has detected methane gas on an interstellar object for the first time, analyzing comet 3I Atlas, which we have spoken about before, as it exits our solar system. Using its mid-infrared instrument, or MRI, not the kind of MRI that you go and get scanned on for you.
Mhm.
In December 2025, Webb captured the comet's chemical fingerprint. Because methane is highly volatile, its delayed release suggests it was buried deep beneath the surface and only vaporized after the comet was heated by the sun. Remarkably, the comet exhibits a surprisingly high ratio of methane to water, along with abundance of carbon dioxide. These distinct chemical levels have very few analogs in our solar system, strongly indicating that 3I Atlas originated from a planetary system with a vastly different formation environment and chemical composition than our own,
Mhm.
which I think we already knew it was an interstellar object.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't surprise us, but it's nice confirmation.
Did you mention that this is the first time that we found methane on a space rock visiting our solar system from somewhere else?
I thought comets also had methane in them, but maybe not. Carbon dioxide, ammonia, water,
Mm-hmm.
dirt.
I guess it's possible any of those things are on it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. Dirty Snowball is a comet. In the Hex's Strange Stories. That was our one and only news story. So let's go to Hex's Strange Stories.
I'm sorry, my modem didn't sync up with that. Can you do it again?
That wasn't a modem sound.
I'm
I'll give you a modem sound.
gonna take that's like you ever seen those pictures of they or somebody will post a picture of like Led Zeppelin. I'm gonna tell my kids this is the Beatles. You know,
I haven't seen that. What the
yeah,
heck?
people say anyway, it's like a meme kind of thing. I was like, and I'm gonna tell my kid that was what a modem used to sound like. What does he know?
Play a theremin.
Yeah.
Say it.
Ooh.
All right. This doesn't sound like clickbait at all. Scientists gave an octopus a mirror, and here's what happened next.
Yeah.
A study in Current Biology reveals that octopuses can use mirrors to locate hidden food, a spatial thinking milestone never before seen in invertebrates. So
Yeah.
they're looking around the corner like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Anybody there?
Yeah, they're sticking it around the corner.
Dartmouth
Yeah.
College researchers trained 3 California 2-spot octopuses using virtual crab reflections. That is the definition of imitation crab, if I ever heard it.
Imitation crab.
There's a little fish over there going, "Hey, check this out. This is my crab.
Yeah.
I'm going to do an imitation of a crab." And the octopus sticks his mirror out there and go, "You can't fool me." Initially, the animals repeatedly approached the mirror images. However, within 10 to 12 trials, they learned to reverse direction and navigate directly to the actual prey positioned behind them out of view. They successfully located the food in 73% of the tests. Because octopuses adapted instantly to changes in their testing environment, scientists believe that they rely on complex mental maps of space rather than simple visual memorization. This indicates that advanced spatial cognition independently evolved across drastically different animal lineages. Octopuses are smart. That's all we got to say.
Yeah. Right. I
They can
imagine that their spatial recognition has to be highly evolved because they're moving their tentacles to, in unison, really, to move around and propel themselves, catch food, and all that stuff.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
Animals, crows, a lot of the chimpanzees, monkeys, somewhat, yes. Dolphins, and a lot of cetaceans, the whales.
Hmm.
There's a lot of smart animals out there. To think
You
that
know,
not too long ago that we were calling them dumb animals.
yeah. I was just watching a video. It was with Alton Brown. He was on the podcast where they it's your last meal podcast
Yep.
or a video a podcast. It's a YouTube channel. Anyway, so he was talking about he won't eat octopus again ever because this I think it was the second time he had seen this one octopus. It wrapped its tentacle around his wrist and it remembered that he had a pen in his pocket and started whatever it was doing, he realized that this thing remembers me. And he said
Mhm.
they're very smart. And he says, anything like that, I don't want to eat. So that
What
makes
about a
sense.
squid? They're related. Are they smart also? Because they're also cephalopods?
I don't know. Maybe.
Mm, cuttlefish? They're in that same family. Don't know.
Can you imagine going to the zoo and then now you see a bunch of the chimpanzees? You don't see any of them in the cage and just the edge of the mirror sticking out of the wall. Yeah. They're looking for you.
Looking around the corner,
Yeah.
taking selfies.
Those people are still there.
All right. Quick shout out to the chat room before we go into the Remember When segment. We have a
Oh, you
number
got
of
one, whoa,
people out
you got
there.
one more story in there.
Did we have one more story? Oh, the strange property in rice. Yes, you're
Yes.
right.
The radioactive rice.
You're right. I had that in there. Scientists discover strange property in rice. An international team led by the University of Birmingham has engineered a new. Sorry. I coughed right at
Cough.
the perfect
A new
time.
cough.
It's in quotes. Smart metamaterial inspired by an unusual property of rice. Published in Matter, that's Matter, the study reveals that tightly packed grains of rice exhibit rate softening. They remain strong under the slow compression, but weaken and lose friction under rapid forces. By blending these rice based units with materials like sand, which conversely stiffen under speed,
Mhm.
researchers created a composite structure that responds dynamically to different impact speeds. Crucially, this self adapting behavior relies entirely on internal physics rather than sensors, electronics, or active controls. This breakthrough opens the door for a new generation of lightweight, safe, and highly adaptable soft robotics, as well as smart protective equipment that instantly alters its stiffness during a collision. I'm going to put on a rice sweater with sand in it next time I go out driving instead of using an airbag.
Just roll around in your yard. You got plenty of it there.
I feel like sushi. So interesting stuff that you can find out from everyday products. And
Yeah.
I was waiting for the reveal of so what? What do we get out of
So
this?
what?
We combine rice with sand and we get some interesting properties.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how somebody got onto that and just went, I'm gonna what look at how
Oh,
the rice is an amazing product because when you get it in those little white boxes from the Chinese restaurant, it's like
Mhm.
a TARDIS in there. You pour it out and there's 10
yeah.
times more rice than
Yes.
can fit in that box.
yeah. The question you just asked a moment ago reminds
Yes.
me of I remember when I was a kid, somebody had told me that they used to think tomatoes were poisonous.
Yes. That was
I'm like,
yep.
who was the first person to try the tomato and go, oh, it's okay?
The little 3-year-old boy out in the field.
Probably.
Some
But I
kid
was
ate
like,
one.
You just go, who was the first person to actually try it?
This would be great on a sandwich with bacon and lettuce.
yeah. A little turkey, maybe.
And thus the BLT was invented.
That's right.
Okay, now can we move on to Remember When?
Sure, fine. Oh wait. Shout out
What?
to the chat room.
Shout out to the chat room. All right, we'll put this on pause for a sec. Shout out to the chat room. We've got a few people out there. I'm having a hard time pronouncing some of these name handles because I can't see them. They're too small on the screen. But they've been saying hi. Good is good. No, God
see-
is
wait a
good.
minute.
Sorry. And
I see-
AI.
I
There's
see
no AI.
Asian Con 7,
Yep.
Endo
Wolf Block
Domingo,
16.
Bull Blocks 15,
Okay.
Gavin Sardi,
Yep.
and Rids Glau.
And they're all gone because we currently have 0 viewers.
Oh, hey, they were here at one point.
Hey, this is probably how Carter found us. Is like, hey, there's a thing on my mobile. I should watch this. No, wait,
Yeah.
he said he learned from a friend. His friend
Keep scrolling.
swipe,
Right.
thumb down, and move on. Hey, that sounds like a Gordon Lightfoot song. Thumb down, you better take care.
Oh,
I got a
does,
couple
actually.
songs working in the back of my head right now.
Mhm.
All right. Back to the Remember When. Thank you, everybody. You can join us Sunday nights at 8:30 Eastern time or wherever it is in your time of the world, your whatever time it is in your part of the world. I can say words. We'd love to
You
see
sure-
you
sure
hanging
about
out
that?
with us, making it. No, absolutely not sure about that. Where
Yeah.
were we? How do you resume this?
Resume what?
The music. There's a pause, but there's no
Oh.
resume. Wait,
Oh,
if you
oh, I
pause
gotcha.
again, does it play? Yes. Okay,
Playing
good.
right now.
Yeah, it's playing right now. I just want to make sure I could pause and resume because pause doesn't change to resume. And remember when? I have a story here. We have a story about scientists identify the world's biggest known scorpion. And it's not Dwayne Johnson. UK researchers
Thank
have
God.
officially identified Prearcturus gigas as likely the largest scorpion in history, measuring over a meter or 3.3 feet long with 6-inch pincers. This early Devonian arthropod roamed Earth's floodplains 415 million years ago. First discovered in 1870, its identity was long debated. I don't believe you found that. This is a hoax. Advanced imaging and CT scans finally confirmed it's a scorpion. That
Oh.
was good. Because it lived when the land ecosystems were sparse and lacked large competitors. It became a dominant predator. Intriguingly, anatomical features like flap-like structures suggested P. gigas. Ooh, we shortened it up. It sounds more like a rap artist now. P. gigas likely hunted in water as well. Scientists believe it represents, a fascinating evolutionary twist. An animal that returned to the water after its ancestors had already transitioned to breathing air on land, like the dolphin
Sure.
or whales. That's a fun story to study if you want. How whales went from land creatures back into the ocean, and the fossil record that kind of helps track that through. Granted, there are still some gaps.
Hey, by the way, when it says the size of a dog, my first thought was hard pass. No way.
Oh yeah.
Pass. Nope.
Oh well, you could tame it and take your scorpion out for a walk.
With a leash. Yes.
Just stay behind it because the stinger gets you when you're in front of
Excuse
it.
me, sir. Can I pet your scorpion? No. He stings. He's not trained.
That we could put that a guy walking his big Prearcturus gigas on the cover of Scorpions album.
Actually, that should have been our YouTube thumbnail.
P. gigas?
Yeah.
Walking a giant scorpion.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm walking my scorpion. Oh yeah.
Man, there's no way, man. I'd have
Quick
to move
thanks.
to another continent.
You could make traps, sell the traps.
Right.
All right, quick thank you to shout out to our patrons. If you want to be among them, you can go over to chuckchat.com/Patreon. This show is supported by them. They send us money in the Patreon site. And then at the end of the month, if we produced any shows, we get a payout and it goes into our bank account that's used to pay for the bills for software and hosting and domain registration and blah, 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 which is doing nicely. At the commander level, because we have different levels. Commander level is $5 per episode. You got no build in May, which was nice. But now, you have extra content and postcard, and we have t-shirts coming up. Abner Braverman, Mark Kilfoyle, Steve Lennon, Chris Martinez. Happy birthday, Chris. Gary Lindros, Jason Pollard, and Sarah Rose. Thank you to all those people. Lieutenant level is Kyle Nishioka, Ben Vaughn, John Noble, John Clifford, Denise Inglis, Steve Cody, Tim Cook, and Steve Webb. Ensign level includes Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen, Brad Miller, quick story about Brad in a second. Brian Brown, Chris MC, Dan D. Man Coyer, Dean Jensen, Jorger Schrauen, Crazy Joe, Mike Wills, Leon M. Saturday Morning Media, Stephen Weshy, Steve Therian, and Sylvain Racycoat. Thank you, everybody. Again,
Yes,
they went over to
thank you.
chuckchat.com/Patreon, picked a level. We are trying to figure out what we're going to do with that because it's currently pay per content. And since we're on an irregular schedule, that means you only pay if we produce something. But Patreon is playing their card again, saying, nope, everybody's going to go to a monthly billing system. And because, as we hinted earlier, our scheduling system is kind of whacked out. There
Yeah.
are months where we don't produce anything, and that's not fair to you to pay for
Wait.
something that you're not getting.
I have
What?
an idea. Why don't we
Put
set
on
up a,
shows.
why don't we set up a pool and people can vote on with their money on how many episodes we're going to produce in a year? You know,
And
like a football poll,
Right.
pool rather.
at the
Yeah,
end of the year, you win a postcard.
that's right, and a T-shirt maybe.
All right. Thank you to everybody. Your support means a whole lot to us.
Mhm.
We just got to figure out how we're going to arrange this so it's fair to you, fair to us, and maybe we just send Patreon nasty grams. Don't
Right.
change it. All right. Bye. Sooner or later, we're going to get told not to play that song. Nothing in the media quarter tonight, but we do have Pass Me the Remote ready to go with a couple of shows for each. So let's play
Yeah.
that Pass Me the Remote music. Boom, 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 boom. Need a big timpani drum at the end. Go ahead. You got a couple.
Yeah, so Kim and I started watching. She's already watched a lot of these, but I'm watching Murdoch Mysteries.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it takes place in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's a detective. His name's William Murdoch, and he
not
is
Matt Murdock.
huh?
Not Matt Murdock. It's
No.
not Daredevil.
No, not that one.
1800s.
No. So he is very science oriented, and he employs different things to solve the mysteries. And I'm enjoying it so far. Kim says it gets better after you get through the first season or two.
Like Star Trek.
But yeah, it's like Star Trek. It's on Hulu. I'm really enjoying it. And there's I was looking to see 19 seasons. And
Holy doodle. That's like
and one season
Supernatural.
and one just came out in April
Okay.
or early this year. So yeah, pretty amazing.
All right.
19 seasons. But yeah,
What
I can
else?
highly recommend it. It's good. And the second one is Cape Fear, which is kind of like the movie a little bit. This is a series on Apple on Apple TV,
Mhm.
and it stars Javier Bardem and Amy Adams. And Javier is obviously the guy that went sent to prison. So yeah, it's starting to play out. We're 2 episodes in so far. I think the whole season might be available.
Is it a murder mystery, drama, adventure? What's the genre for this show?
Oh, you didn't see Cape Fear, the movie?
I remember seeing the trailer. I don't remember seeing the movie.
It's a thriller kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Like Michael Jackson.
Not exactly like Michael Jackson.
He's a thriller.
It was his album was Thriller. I don't know if he was a thriller, but I don't know. I like that. I like Michael Jackson.
All right. I watched a 3-part episode called The Witness on Netflix. Not the Harrison Ford movie Witness.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Witness, and it's about a true story of a woman who was killed in England in the early 1990s and how badly the police messed this case up. And
Wow.
the only witness is her little 3-year-old boy who survived the attack. And, you can imagine how you're going to get any meaningful details out of this little boy who is, and what is the impact on his life and her boyfriend / husband. I don't think they were married at the time, but
Okay.
he has to take care of the little boy, and they start doing this flash forward to where the kid is 17. He's getting into trouble at school, so this trauma is manifesting itself in crazy ways, and he's
Right.
trying to hold the two together. It does have a warm ending. There is a documentary on that they said, "Hey, you want to watch this next?" I just got done watching an hour and a half. I don't want to watch another hour and a half about
Right.
true stuff. But it's really a sad story from obviously the tragedy of the woman being stabbed to death and the boy surviving and how the police processed this and the mistakes they made. It looked like they were in good communications with this guy the whole time, but it was one of these cases where they got laser focused on the wrong thing and tried to make a square peg fit in a round hole,
Right.
and to the neglect of all else until another department goes, I think we might have something that you missed. So
See, they should have been talking to William Murdoch.
he was
He would have
dead.
set him
by
straight.
He's fictional. Should have talked to Sherlock Holmes for that matter. He
Actually-
spots everything.
Actually, what, the second or third episode, Arthur Conan Doyle is a character in the show.
Cool.
Yeah, he was. I think at that point he was when he came on the show, he was kind of done with Sherlock, but he was famous for it. But he'd heard about William Murdoch, and so he came to meet him and talk to him and see his methods and how he operates and get in his head and learn how he solves things or approaches cases. It was pretty cool. As soon as he walked in, I went, "Is that supposed to be Arthur Conan Doyle?" He goes, "Hello, I'm Arthur Conan Doyle." I was like, "There, yeah,
Nailed it.
yeah."
All right. That was The Witness on Netflix. I also watched, continuing my series of significant historical characters. We talked about Sitting Bull. We talked about Abraham Lincoln. This week was FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, guy who helped get America moving after the stock market crash and the Depression was taking effect. He was elected in 1932. Reelected in 1936, reelected in 1940, reelected in 1944,
Mhm.
and passed away in early 1945. So I thought he was elected. He had 3 terms. He had 3 terms plus a little bit. So he was elected 4 times.
Right.
So unfortunately, it was to the detriment of his health. Obviously, the whole world probably knows he had polio. As an adult, he had polio. And thought that was the end of his career
Right.
until he started. A few things came along. One in particular was he was going to this place called Warm Springs, Georgia, for therapy. He said, "Hey, I can swim. I don't need my legs to have good time in this pool, feel mobile." And he opened that up to a lot of other people who used the swimming therapy, people in wheelchairs. That it was a great impact on him and his life. A smart guy, though. He always challenged the norms as well. His opponents were always saying, it's not the government's job to bail out the people and keep the economy moving. It's the people's job. And he's like, well, they don't have any jobs. What are you going to do? Let's
Yeah.
make some jobs like civil projects where they're building highways and dams and bridges and
Lakes.
get
When-
people to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he really had a unique way of looking at that. And then when World War II came up, we weren't allowed to sell weapons to England. Otherwise, that would have been an invitation to war. And this was before Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Mhm.
So he said, well, if we can't sell them, let's just say we're lending them so they can pay us at a later time. So that's where the Lend-Lease program came up. I remember hearing all these terms in a boring high school history
Oh, yeah.
class.
You start having flashbacks and go, "Oh yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
think I heard
that's
about
what that was. Okay,
Yeah.
we should have just been watching Netflix back then.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So good stuff. Good job with the actors who do these things. I mean, they had a really good portrayal. There were times when this actor speaking in his fireside chats sounded like FDR.
Hmm.
He had that entire head
Oh yeah.
nodding emphasis on historical, and he would write those into his scripts. They were showing like actual transcripts that he wrote for his speeches, and
Mhm.
he had like so many commas in there that was when he would pause.
Oh
The
yeah.
only thing we have to fear is
Comma. I mean,
Fear itself. Yeah, that was like a M dash there.
yeah, right.
So it was
Actually, my AI was reading like that. Remember, we talked about that. It's like, why is it pause so long for commas? You know, it was like,
yes.
it went, if you want to become a patron, visit the Patreon
Yep.
page.
Yep. Or the
Like, why you
period
read it like
after
that?
someone's title.
Yeah.
The one for the Kindle was reading a Star Trek book, and it wouldn't say Dr. Crusher. It'd say like Riker turned to drive. Crusher then asked her,
Yeah. Stupid.
drive, pause, Crusher? No. How about
Yeah.
learning a proper name?
Right.
All right. That takes us to the end of the show. We've just got our question of the week for you. Our question of the week will go into our Discord channel and on Facebook. And if you want to respond to it in email, as we mentioned before, you can send an email or call us, technorama@chuckchat.com. Call us on the listener line. I got this wrong before. I had the 503 first. It's 707-530-2428.
Wow.
How many years? And I'm just getting like senioritis at this point. All right. The question is, scientists proved octopuses can use mirrors as tools, but what do you think an octopus actually says to itself when it looks in a mirror for the first time?
What the?
I don't have any hair.
Where'd these other extra arms come from?
Nice legs.
Yeah.
All right. Come on.
I'm
you know the
hot.
silliness we expect around here.
I'm hot.
Go away or I shall taunt you a second time. I shoot ink in your general direction.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. We've got a recording to do for our patrons in a moment. So if you are a patron, look forward to seeing that.
Oh,
We'll get
don't
that
forget
to you
the
on Mondays.
Discord.
Discord, yes. chuckchat.com/Discord is where you can find all that stuff. All right. That brings us to the end of the show music. Let's play that.
All right.
We like this song. You can visit us. Visit our Amazon page. What is that bullet still doing in there? We never even mentioned that, but there it is.
Oh, yeah.
We have an Amazon page for things. Find us wherever you find all our social media stuff and whatnot. Just search for Technorama Podcast. You'll find the podcast. You'll find Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, etc.
Yeah.
Or wherever you find other fine podcasts. chuckchat.com/Discord for our Discord server, as we just mentioned. Patreon is chuckchat.com/Patreon. We'd love to have you join the family of supporters for this show. You can donate once, or you can do a recurring payment if you so choose. Thanks for all the research on the articles, Craig.
Yes.
And
My
hanging
pleasure.
out. Thank you, listener, for listening along with us.
Hey.
Until next time. Yeah.
And Carter, now that you're done listening to the show, go do your homework.
And give him a binary high five.
101.
All right. That takes care of the audio recording for the podcast. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, I guess. No, you're going to be in Sweden.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
gonna be
see you
there
in
for a week.
July.
Yeah, we'll be back. Stay subscribed.
Yes, you won't miss a show if you stay subscribed. Like that smash button and click the or something like that.
Lick the like button.
No, don't lick anything. All right, I'm gonna hit the go bye stream.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks.